This video is sponsored by Bellesa. We're doing a massive sex toy giveaway. Stay tuned for more details.
Hey besties, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something a little fun, and that is drinking while we read 5-star reviews of books I hate. So I'm just going to get drunk by myself and roast some books and some reviewers. I will be leaving out people's names because I don't want to send any hate their way, but it's going to be a good time. So cheers. Oh my god, this tastes horrible. Before we get into the drinking and the hating on books, I do want to say that this video is being sponsored by Bellesa. Bellesa is a by women company for all things sexuality. They offer sex toys, porn, sex education, erotica, and more. Their mission is to empower everyone to embrace, explore, and celebrate their sexuality. Together, Bellesa and I are hosting a giveaway. Everyone who signs up with the link in the description will either be given a free vibrator or a gift card. But besties, let me go ahead and share with you what they sent me because a lot of it is pretty fun. Also, I absolutely love the packaging for these. Like, I know that's a weird thing to say about sex toys. First, we have the Pebble, which comes in this really cute, discreet case. I love it so much. I also love the color. It's so cute. It's beginner friendly and ergonomically built to fit in your hand. The suction and vibration are controlled independently, and there are no annoying pattern modes, if you know what I mean. Up next, we have the Air Vibe, which is equally as cute. I love the red, and I also love the gold detail on it. The Air Vibe has dual stimulation for both the G-spot and the clit. It is silent but deadly, and the design is inclusive and flexible with an adjustable stem. They also sent me the Demi Wand, which is a really fun yellow color. The Demi Wand is great because it's made for all body types. It has an innovative design and is whisper quiet. The flexible neck allows you to get just the right angle and pressure. This one also doesn't have any annoying pattern modes. Finally, we have the Thump, which is honestly my favorite color out of all of them. The Thump is the toy that does it all. It vibrates, suctions, and thumps. It's designed to be the replacement for all external clit stimulating vibes. It utilizes Bellesa's Pleasure Jet technology, and the True Feel vibrations naturally complement the suction. They're also all waterproof, and the case is rechargeable, and they're made of premium silicone. Literally every single person who signs up for the giveaway with the link in my description will be sent a vibrator or a gift card. So click that link if you are interested, and thank you to Bellesa for sponsoring this video. I am not tipsy yet, so let's get this party started. This one tastes so bad, but I'm gonna try to chug it. I have another one, but I think this flavor is gonna be better. All right, let's get into reading these reviews. I didn't really think about the fact that drinking this fast was gonna make it hard for me to read things, but here we go, guys. Okay, so the first book we're gonna talk about is Credence. If you haven't seen my taboo romance reading vlog, I recommend you go watch that because Credence is a pretty crazy book about a girl who goes to live with her uncle and her cousins, and she has a reverse harem with them. I'm a little confused why it has over 50,000 5-star reviews. It's kind of concerning, honestly. Also, I'm gonna take a drink every time this person says something that just really takes me to another planet. This book's become more than just a guilty pleasure. Okay. I love the way it made me feel when I was reading it. I'm not talking about the smut. It's a little concerning, bestie, because it's primarily smut. And if you're there for the plot is incest. There are scenes and passages that just hit me right in the chest. Which scene was it? Was it the scene where they have a threesome and the brothers are fucking tearing together and they're blood related? I don't know if you get what I'm talking about or if you at times feel it too. But sometimes when I'm reading something that emotionally affects me, I get this stinging sensation in my chest, like a heartburn or some shit. I get that a lot from that book, and I like it. I'm not saying the book isn't problematic. Thank you, bestie, for being self-aware. Like, thank God. But I also happen to think it's a literary masterpiece. And the author who wrote it is a genius. For not only is it complex, but it's also classy, believable, and brings forth an array of emotion. Girl, classy? No, I have to chug this. I have to chug. If you choose to only see it for its wrongness, and if you think it's garbage and disgusting, that's on you. You're entitled to your opinions, just as I am mine. What you're not entitled to is telling me what to read and not to read, what to like and can't/mustn't like. You know, bestie, I'm so sorry for falling into that category. You can like whatever you want. It is a free country. I am just concerned, and I'm wondering, personally, if you have a therapist. If you don't know how to get one, I can help you look it up on your insurance. I am happy, I'm available. We can get on a Zoom call. She literally gets butt fucked by one brother, and then the other brother is like in her vagina. Like, that cannot be classy. Also, she has sex with her uncle so many times. All right, moving on into the next book, we're gonna do Mafia Obsession. This is a book that I actually did for a Patreon exclusive after my last Mafia romance video. If you haven't seen my Mafia romance video, you should go and watch that. And if you haven't seen the Patreon version, you should sign up for my Patreon if you want to, obviously. But it was a lot of fun. That book is frightening. It's about this woman who ends up getting like kidnapped, and then she meets this guy when she's kidnapped, and they end up having a fake marriage, and he's in the mafia. So much period blood in that is consumed while they are together sexually. This book, Luca's story, is erotic, dirty, and so sexy. Emphasis Emphasis on the dirty, honestly. Emphasis. Like, that deserves a drink. Be ready to blush. I wasn't really blushing so much as gagging because, again, the amount of period blood in those sex scenes was concerning. It's spellbinding. It's things you only thought about doing. I can promise you I've never thought about doing anything in that book. I couldn't put it down. I wanted nothing but to put it down. I read it for the sake of my patrons and I hope that they were entertained, but that book was pure torture. I'm gonna be drunk before we even get into the rest of this video. Next we have Tears of Tess, which is another one of these books that I read for these romance ones. This is for dark romance. Oh my god, I'm already slurring my words. Something I noticed about people who leave reviews for these nasty romance books is that they love their reviews to be these long ass essays. Like they're so deep and they have all these pull quotes and they just say these really dramatic things. And so this one isn't really funny so much as it is just dramatic. Esclave, a title, a nom, a designation. It signified a girl stripped, humiliated, beaten, taken, and sold! Life almost ends for Tess Summers on a holiday with her boyfriend till Q Mercer decides to play God and abduct her. He changes the course of her life, encroaching on her personal space physically and mentally. She's reduced to nothing but a barcode and a number. You stole my loneliness. I may have given you wings, but you've become my gravity. I'll never be free of your force. I feel like people have a tendency of conflating weird Tumblr vibes that people would reblog a million times with being good writing. It's a bleak and unfathomable kind of story, but this book becomes a benchmark in dark romance and a measuring tool for addicts like me. I don't know if you should be an addict of dark romance, bestie. That seems concerning for your mental health. I'll take a drink for you. Every book I'll read hereafter shall be compared to this magnificent lighthouse drowned in darkness to see if it measures up. Written with brilliant insight. No, it was not written with brilliant insight. It's nuanced and detailed to the point of perfection. I cannot. The character development, growth of Q, is to be read and to be believed. He steps out of the shadows, teasing us with sparkling facets of his life, which we will see in the next book. I will not be reading the next books. His fall for Tess is the most delightful to watch. Kinda like chickens coming home to roost? Tongue emoji? What the fuck? You may not be mine, but I'm fast becoming yours. Also, besties, I need to tell you a story. There's this place in the YouTube creator studio where you can see how people are finding your videos, and if there are external links leading them there, you can see it. And so one time I logged on and I saw that people were coming to my videos from burpfetishforums.net, and I found myself being posted because I used to burp a lot in my videos. I don't really burp that much anymore. I found that somebody had made a compilation of me burping. It was honestly scary. Also, I have another burp coming. But anyway, I found this compilation. Sorry, my storytelling skills are really bad right now because I'm getting drunk really fast. These are 9%, so I don't know why I've been chugging them so fast. But back to the matter at hand. I found a compilation of me burping and it had like 4,000 views on it. I honestly wish it was still live. Like if I could still share the link with you guys, I totally would link it below. But whoever created it has deleted it since then, and so you can't find it anymore. But it was a crazy video because when I found that people were posting about me on this forum, I had already had my channel for like 4 years, and so this compilation was me burping all the way from like 2015 all the way up to like 2019. It was so crazy, and I miss those times. It was kind of funny. I think it's weird that people have a fetish for burping, but at the same time I feel like that's one of the more innocent fetishes. So yeah, I also used to get DMs on Instagram of people asking me to burp for money. I never did it, but maybe I should have because I could have made some bank. Okay, the next book we have is Den of Vipers, which was in my most recent romance vlog where I read mafia romance. The reviews for this are just very unhinged. My girl got fucked with the handle of a knife and she loved it like what? And Diesel got cut while doing it. I want to get kidnapped by a gang now, unhappy face. What has this world come to? This shit right here was so damn good. Like I love. This was the book I've been waiting for my entire life. The girl father paid a lot of debt and he was going to get killed by the Vipers. So without getting killed, he sold his daughter off to them. The grammar here is very questionable. There was sex on every damn page. This person is so correct. This book was predominantly smut and I was not living for it when I was reading it. I mean, boom, boom, boom. Sex, 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 sex. The entire book is about sex and I loved every single thing about it. This is like basically being horny on Maine. Like, please don't admit this. They cut people's heads off even when they touched their girl. Like, y'all, OMG. Blood was dripping. People was hanged, okay? I will read it again literally because it was that good. There was blood, a lot of blood, but it was okay. I loved that too. I don't know how y'all hate this book because a bitch loved this shit. Honestly, at this point, I'm kind of a fan of this girl. I'm not a fan of the book, but I love this girl. Honestly, I really do. Because she is just unapologetically admitting recommending this on Goodreads. Like, I really liked it about her. I think we could be friends, even though she likes this book. I want more. Like, they got married. All of them married her. Literally, the book ended with them all marrying her. I don't even think I said that in my video, but it ends with her literally doing a 4-way marriage with all of them. And Garrett, oh my poor Garrett. I'm glad his ex died. I'm glad she killed that bitch. Nobody don't touch her, man. Nobody, not even the rest of the gang, because they are hers only. Hers. They don't want no damn body except her. They fell in love with her. Ryder, Ryder, I loved him too. All the characters I love. Honestly, I'm standing this girl. I really am. I love this review. I know that the grammar is very suspect and her opinions are suspect, but she seems like a lot of fun and I love that about her. So here's a drink for this girl. I screenshotted this next review because it just has so many fucking emojis in it. It's hilarious. Roxy, kiss, lipstick, is the definition of a badass chick who don't play. Homegirl is a natural bitch, a survivor, strong, smart, fierce, and unpredictable with a wild attitude that comes with a smart ass mouth. Ryder, brain, the face of the operation, the cold and controlling alpha. Garrett, punching, boxing glove, that's what it's called, right? I don't really know sports. The fighter, and damaged and forced with a heart of gold. The grammar here and the typos, come on guys. Come on guys. I said that really weird. Sorry, this is really small on my phone, so I'm having to like really squint and I'm getting very drunk, so it's hard for me to read. I don't know why I thought my drunk literacy should be a video of me reading things. The dealer, the romantic and charming gambler. Diesel, fire. The psycho and insane killer with an obsessive heart. All of them are killers. Rich, powerful, and vipers because they're winners, where they never give up, never stop fighting, and when you fuck with the vipers, you get things. Tooth emoji. Roxy's dad, Rob, is a shit father who sold her to the vipers to cover his debt. Little bird. If you've seen my video, you'll get that reference. Little bird is their captive with her wings clipped, but she knows how to play the game to stay alive. Oh man, Roxy was an entertainment lips emoji and their light white heart to their darkness black heart. The book was so much fun to read with darkness, humorous, lots of bam bam. This next series of emojis, I can't, honestly, it does depict a lot of the stuff that happens in the book. Filled with action, knife, gun, dynamite, coffin, blood. Honestly, also that does depict what happens in the book. You know, I'm a little concerned for you, girl, but I'm kind of living for her at the same time. I don't know why. I went from hating these people to loving them. Suddenly I want to be their friend and understand their mind and get a study going. Like, we need to research these people and what they like about this book. Obviously, they just like sex. That's really what this comes down to. Everybody's just being horny on Maine. Also, I think it might be the alcohol, but I want to talk about this right now. I think it's so hilarious that with the rise of book talk and also just smutty literature in general, that all women are so comfortable talking about smut online. Obviously, I talk about it too, so this is not me hating at all, but I just think it's hilarious that we're all like, these are the sex scenes that I like. Like, let's embrace our sexuality. Bellesa has taught us a lot. Also, they didn't ask me to say this because the sponsorship is mostly about their sex toys, but when I watch porn, I do watch it on Bellesa. One of my friends recommended me to them like years ago. Like, they really understand the female gaze. And I have watched a lot of porn on their website. You didn't ask me for this, but the alcohol really has me talking. Oh my god, the next book was my least favorite book that I read last year, and that is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez. If you haven't seen my most recent vlog where I gave authors a second chance, I read Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez because I felt like I should give her another go. Also because people in my comments kept telling me that Part of Your World was really good, and they were right. That book was 5 stars, but The Friend Zone? That was 1 star. Excuse me, why isn't the overall Goodreads rating higher? This book was awesome. Coming from a girl who hates on rom-coms because they're predictable and cheesy and never have second chance tropes, I went into this with low expectations, but I knew it was a fan favorite. I read Part of Your World earlier this year and I wasn't obsessed. First of all, blasphemy. How are you gonna give this book 5 stars and then say you didn't like Part of Your World? That is disturbing and you need to go talk to a therapist. I was kind of confused about the Abby Jimenez hype, but my IG babes were right. Her backlist is where it's at. I feel like people who say IG babes are in an MLM. I can't prove it, but that's how I feel. Josh was the ultimate book boyfriend and you cannot change. No, that man was a Republican. I know this right now. If this book could vote, it would be Republican. Like, that man at every turn was like, let me get my gun. Every time there was any sort of situation. I'm happy at how the book ended, but literally no one, not even Kristen, deserved him. No, what? I got it in my nose. All right, be right back. I'm gonna go get another one. Oh, fuck, that just got all over me. Oh my god, this was hard to drink. Where was I? This girl was saying that no one deserved Josh, which is honestly just so wrong. Any man named Josh, literally anyone can have him. Like, what do you mean no one deserves him? I didn't even like Kristen, and this statement is just not true. You know, some people just have bad opinions. Let's move on to Haunting Adeline. The first review I saved is just unhinged. Reading this book is not enough. I need to fuck Zayd. That is concerning because Haunting Adeline is about a girl who falls in love with her stalker. I can overlook a lot of things when it comes to MMC. What does MMCs mean? Male main characters. Yeah, I think that's what that means. Including murder, stalking, kidnapping, questionable consent or lack thereof. Basically any other heinous crime except cheating or drama. You can ignore stalking and like sexual assault and all those things and like non-consensual stuff, but you can't ignore cheating. Don't get me wrong, I also hate cheating in books. Like cheating is a trigger for me. Like if there's cheating in a book, I just genuinely won't like it. So I get where she's coming from, but I don't get the rest of it. Like you're telling me that you think that's more heinous than a man literally stalking someone. Zaid is officially my new fave unhinged and obsessive bookman, right up there with Ronan Markov. I don't know who the fuck Ronan Markov is, but I don't want to know who that is. Last review for Haunting Adeline. I loved it. The relationship that formed between Addie and Zaid definitely had some messed up moments. Some, but they were definitely a perfect fit, and Zaid might have stalked her, but he also cut the thorns off the roses, signaling he was there just so she wouldn't get pricked. Like, come on, that's really sweet. Girl, please. The bar is in hell. The bar is in literal hell. Like Satan, he's like limboing under the bar. Like it's in the earth's core. Stand up! Okay, and lastly, we're not going to read reviews, but we're going to read the comments that I got on my review for Pygmy. So to give you some backstory, in I think 2017, I did my first reading the worst books on Goodreads, and one of them was Pygmy by Chuck Palahniuk, which is a book about this guy who is a like secret agent for some sort of communist country. It's heavily hinted that it's supposed to be like China. Like there's a lot of racial slurs used against him that lead me to believe that he is Asian, and he comes to the US so that he can infiltrate Washington DC, and he's like living with a host family, like he's like an exchange student. The story is told through his perspective. It's like almost like a diary of him reporting what he's doing during his spying. This book is meant to be satire, but I didn't find it particularly funny. I feel like Chuck Palahniuk goes out of his way to be really extremist with his writing for the sake of it. I forget what he calls his type of writing. Let me look it up. Describes his work as transgressional fiction. But anyway, the whole point of his books are that he tries to be as like shocking as possible, and it's kind of gross, honestly. Like ew. So I wrote a review talking about how I understand that it's satire, but it's like just kind of nasty, and like I don't really get the appeal. So many men were mad at me because men love to jerk off to Chuck Palahniuk. Like Fight Club is all of their favorite movies. Like they're just, you know, those type of men. Tim, who by the way rated it 2 stars. So Tim didn't even fucking like this book, but he had to defend another man. He said, "This one went right over your head, eh? Turn on any news channel and all that stuff you mentioned will be on there and more. Makes sense that you're using audiobooks though," which by the way is ableist. So like, what do you mean? Anyone who says that listening to an audiobook means that you didn't get the book is just so fucking stupid. Patrick, who by the way hasn't even fucking read this because it just said that he added it. "You're 12. Go back to Harry Potter and Hunger Games if real life is too much for you." Okay, incel, fuck off. And then Sean, who rated it 4 stars, which says a lot about him. "You must be a hit at parties." You must be too. And let me know how many girls talk to you when you're at those parties. And then finally Logan, who also rated it 2 stars. What are these men who rated it 2 stars doing defending the fucking book? It's like they hear me critiquing a man and they're like, "Oh my god, even though I also didn't like this book, I have to defend him because I'm a man." Learn to have a dark sense of humor. It's much more enjoyable than getting offended. Is your mother proud of you? Shut the fuck up. Anyway, that brings me to the end of this video, but I hope that you enjoyed it. If you've made it to the end of this video, feel free to use one of the alcohol emojis, like anyone that you feel, like the beer one, the champagne one, anyone that you feel. Also, I posted a part 2 of this video on my Patreon if you're interested in watching that, where I read 1-star reviews of books that I love. I already did this concept on my main channel, so I thought it would be fun to do a drunk version of it. You're unlikable actually, so fuck you. Honestly, get a life. Really holding on for her to get in trouble. Why are you a narc? If you want to see that video, head on over to my Patreon and sign up for my besties here, where you can get the exclusive videos. And if not, that's totally fine. Thank you so much for watching. You're all beautiful. Have a nice day.